Anyway, this guy, I think he has made such a huge mark in such a short time. It's pretty amazing. I feel like everybody in EXP everywhere knows who Dylan Nonaka is. He's out there, he's on the Big Island. You would think he was on Oahu. I mean, honestly, I just feel like his crew is bigger. There's more people in his team than there are on the whole island. And he has just taken EXP and he's taken a team and he's taken a leadership role that has just blown my mind, and I think a lot of other people's too. He's always been, this last year, he's in out of 80,000 agents. I don't even know how many teams are in EXP, but he's in the top 6, both last year, this year, production numbers. You know, he was between 6 and 3. So he's just killed it. And this is over on Big Island, you guys. There's not a lot of business to go around, and that's what he's doing. It blows my mind. Anyway, I'm so excited that he's going to come and talk to you guys today. Get over here, Dylan, and thank you for helping so much with this event.
What's up, everybody? Let's go. Hey, you know that I'm Chris and Shireen's favorite speaker because they put me up after John Tsai. Thanks a lot, guys. Holy crap, man. All right, I'm gonna have to live up to that, so 150%. All right, so what I'm gonna talk about, I got a lot of stuff to go through today. I'm gonna give you guys 10 ways to leverage a level 10 opportunity, all right? So we're gonna get right into it. Jay Kinder said this, and I think this is huge, is the worst thing you can be in life is a level 10 player in a level 5 opportunity. Right? And I was in a level 5 opportunity. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And if you're in a level 5 opportunity right now, I'm going to show you what a level 10 opportunity looks like. And our CEO now, Leo Pareja, says, EXP is a platform that allows you to build whatever size dream you want. And this is super important, you guys, because if you have a big dream, there's no place better to build it than here. If you have a small dream and you want to do a few deals a year, that's cool. I totally support that, right? But if you have a big dream, you're in the right room and you're in the right place. I'm going to show you all the different ways to do that, 10 different ways to do that. This is in no particular order. I'm just going to run through these and give you examples of what a level 5 opportunity looks like and what a level 10 opportunity looks like. So a level 5 opportunity, when it comes to education, most of the time it's on your own, right? Figure it out. You know, you might have a managing broker that hasn't produced in years that might do a class every once in a while. So are you learning from the highest level possible? You might have a monthly meeting with a lender and an escrow person saying the same stuff you heard the month before from the lender and escrow person that they had at the office meeting. Who's been in an office like that? I was. What does education look like at EXP? Education, like people said earlier, is led by the top people in the company, right? Icon agents are giving back and sharing what they do. The new rollout with Brian Ellington and the new crew, there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening, you guys. EXP University, FastCap, Team Leader Academy, Elevate Coaching, Masterminds. There is so much stuff. If you don't have access to the stuff you need to crush it in real estate, you're just sleeping at the wheel, guys. There's so much available to you. And not to mention team trainings. All of the team leaders in this room who are just absolutely crushing it, is everyone invited to come to your meetings and learn from you? Absolutely, right? If you want to learn scripts from Justin, he'll bring you to his meeting. All of my stuff is open sourced. Every single meeting we do is online. You can show up. All of our scripts, everything we do is open sourced. If you need access to information, you're in the right place and there's no excuse why you don't have it. And what does a level 10 education look like, right? The opportunity of a level 10 education. The agents on our team are 400% more productive than their peers average in the industry. Guys, at the end of the day, if you plug in and you access the stuff that's available to you, there's no reason why you can't outperform the industry 400%. It's huge. All right, the tech stack, you guys. I don't know if you take this for granted or not, but at a regular level 5 opportunity, sometimes there's no tech at all. Sometimes it varies depending on what office or franchise you're with. There's no really consistency. Sometimes it's proprietary, like not best in class, because real estate companies think they're tech companies that build stuff that like they spend a lot of money on and never actually create a profit. And then you got to buy your own. It's super expensive, right, to pay for good technology. And at EXP, what do we get? We get off-the-shelf, best-in-class stuff. We partner with the best companies who are doing the best things. They get enterprise agreements and give it to us for $85 a month. It's so cheap, it's so ridiculous. It's virtually free, right? All of the tech stack that we have. We have SkySlope, we have KV Core, we have Slack. Slack is coming, not yet. Don't get mad at me, Glenn. Slack is coming, middle of this year, but it's coming, guys. It's gonna replace Workplace. We have Canva. Wendy's gonna talk about Canva next. If you're not using Canva every single day, you're doing something wrong. Sisu's available to all of you now. This is huge for tracking numbers like John was just talking about. And then LuxVT, if you're a luxury agent and you're not tapped into the luxury program and the LuxVT marketing, it gives you an edge against anybody who's out there trying to market luxury property, right? This is all available to you. So what does the result look like from a level 10 opportunity? As a team leader, I don't have to pay for all that stuff, and I can provide our agents with the highest and best technology on top of that. We have FUB, Ylopo, Fellow, super high quality stuff that, yes, we pay for, but it's because we don't have to pay for all the other stuff. We got resources. And all of these companies have enterprise agreements with EXP, which makes it cheaper to us to buy. And then when we buy it at scale, if you're an individual agent and you wanted this tech stack, it costs you like $1,000 a month, right? Our agents get it for free. So level 10, they're totally different level than what you're gonna get at a regular level 5 opportunity. Expansion. So if you're in a franchise model or like the indie brokerage model, there's regional restrictions, like you can't go to a different island because you got to buy a new franchise, and there's all kinds of weird stuff. If you ever looked into it, it's crazy. You got to open an office, super expensive, sign a lease, buy furniture, all that stuff. You got to get new agreements if you're going to go to a new territory. It may or may not be available based on who already has that territory. You got to hire staff, an office manager. I mean, super, super high cost and very inefficient to expand. What does expansion look like at EXP? There's no restriction. Do whatever you want. Go wherever you want. Right? You can do whatever you want. You can expand nationwide and island-wide, statewide, whatever you want to do. And you can even expand internationally now, right? We're in 23 countries. You can sponsor internationally. They're always opening new countries. For $149 and $85 a month, you get a global real estate opportunity, you guys. You understand that? Like, we're in a global real estate opportunity for $85 a month. Like, is that not a level 10 opportunity? I don't know what is. And what does level 10 expansion look like if you put it into practice? So we operate on all 4 major islands in 3 states and more coming. Like, and I haven't opened an office. I haven't hired any staff. Like, it is ridiculous what is available to us at this opportunity. And just understand that if you have a big dream, this is the place to do it. You can't do it anywhere else. Try, and let me know how it goes. All right, collaboration. At a level 5 opportunity, good luck, right? I had agents tell me, like, when they would walk away from their desk, they had to close their laptop because somebody would steal information off their laptop from their own damn office. Crazy stuff. I'm like, really? Like, what are you doing? Most offices only encourage you to collaborate outside of your market because they don't want you to compete with people inside of your market, whatever that is, right? Who's been at a level 5 opportunity? Am I describing? You guys understand this? Who's been at a level 5 opportunity, right? And then you got to pay to join coaching organizations. Like, most coaching organizations exist because the people in them don't have access to that information in their office, in their market, in their community. So they got to go and pay $1,000 a month to join this organization and fly to places in the mainland or to attend events and collaborate with other agents, right? That doesn't exist here. What does it look like at EXP? It is regular and plentiful. If you're not overwhelmed by opportunity to collaborate, you're doing something wrong and you're like a hermit or something. But if you're not absolutely collaborating daily, I don't know what you're doing. You can do it in person. You can do it at an office. There's lots of opportunities like this. We do in-person gatherings all the time. The state's doing in-person gatherings all the time. There's constant opportunity to gather in person and online. And agent ownership in the company fosters this culture, right? Elizabeth talked about, if one of us wins, all of us wins. And that doesn't exist in other places, and it's just part of our culture. Have you ever met somebody in this company who will not share with you and tell you what they're doing? If you have, let me know, because I'm going to take care of them for you, all right? All right, and co-sponsorship, guys, if it wasn't good already, is going to supercharge the hell out of this. Like, the competition doesn't know what's coming with co-sponsorship, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second, but the ability to partner with anybody in the company and sponsor somebody and provide value is just ridiculous. So it's coming. All right, and what does a collaboration level 10 result look like? This, if I had to attribute, people ask me, what did you do to build the team that you have, right? And all I did was collaborate, you guys. Like, I will ask you what you're doing and then rip off and duplicate. I am not that smart. I have very few original thoughts. But if I see you doing something good and I can figure out how you're doing it, I can back engineer it and we're just gonna do the same thing, right? So nothing you need to do to succeed in life is proprietary. everybody has it figured out. Just find the person that's doing it the way you want to do it, collaborate with them, and then implement, take action. That's it. All right, let's go. Equity. What does equity look like in the old level 5 opportunity model? Not existent, right? It doesn't exist. Or, and I can't wait to put this on Instagram because it's going to ruffle some feathers, right? If you bought $10,000 in stock in 5 years ago in one of these companies, because there's other companies that say, oh, you can get stock in our company too, right? Does anybody know who those companies are? So here are 3 of the largest publicly traded companies that are out there. So in Compass, if you bought $10,000 worth of stock 5 years ago, congratulations, you got $3,300 today. If you bought $10,000 in Remax 5 years ago, bigger congratulations, you have $2,900 today. And if you bought, does anybody know what Anywhere is? It's like Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby's, all of these guys, right? If you bought $10,000 in stock in Anywhere, any one of those companies, you would have $3,100 today. On average, you lost 70% of your money. This is not what you made. This is what you have, what the stock is worth today, 5 years later. What does that look like at EXP? Well, first off, you get awards for production, and you get the ability to invest 5% of your commissions at a 5% discount. You get instant equity right off the top. And what does that look like at EXP? If you bought 10K in stock in EXP 5 years ago, today you would have $17,100. So you could have lost 70%, or you could gain 70%. This is legitimately a level 10 opportunity, right? It's not just about owning equity, it's about equity that grows over time and makes you money and is something that you can sell in the future. So what does that look like for me, you guys? In 6 years, I've been awarded over 3,000 shares of stock. This is awarded stock for production. And I've bought 12,000 shares of stock at a discount. And this is something that I can sell. I mean, you can do the math of what the stock is worth today. Actually, I'm not a stock advisor, so don't take my advice, but right now the stock is super, super cheap, so I'd buy some. It's down right now. Admittedly, it's down, but I believe it's gonna go back up, and so I'd like to buy it when it's down. All right, rev share. You guys heard people talk about rev share today. I am not like the rev share king in any way, shape, or form, but I wanna show you some examples of what's possible at a level 10 opportunity. At a level 5 opportunity, rev share is not a thing. And there are some other competitors out there who also have revenue share opportunities, but there's qualification requirements. A big one is only 5 levels are available, and this is a big deal when a revenue share group grows. Your level 6 and 7 at EXP is gonna become your most profitable, so if you're at an opportunity that only has 5 levels, you're gonna be losing a lot of money. You can ask Spring Benson about this. She just joined EXP. She was one of Real's top agents, and she understood how much money she was leaving on the table being at a level 5 opportunity and came to EXP, left behind a 3,000 person revenue share group at Real to come rebuild at EXP because the opportunity is bigger here. And what does that look like at EXP? This continues to get better. First, it's 7 levels, so you get the 2 extra levels. 3 levels, you guys, are unlocked for all of you automatically. You don't even have to do anything. Just gotta exist and pay your $85 a month, right? That's it. Just heartbeat and breath, and you get 3 levels unlocked. If you're actually a producing agent and you cap, which most of you I hope are doing, you get 5 levels unlocked. You don't have to have any frontline agents, right? And if you're an icon agent, where's the icon agents in the room? Congratulations, y'all got 7 levels unlocked. You ain't gotta have nobody on your front line, right? This is humongous, and this has just changed like a year ago. This continues to get better. Glenn continues to make it better for us and more attractive as the company grows and it makes more sense. This is a level 10 opportunity. And what does rev share look like? And I'm a small player when it comes to rev share, guys, but I make about $100,000 a year in revenue share, and I've recruited 1 agent on average every 3 months for the last 6 years, right? Don't clap, that's terrible. I'd be fired as a recruiter. Anywhere else in the world, I would have been fired a long time ago. That sucks, you guys, that's terrible, right? But if I could guarantee you 5 years from now that you make $100K in passive income and all you gotta do is get 1 agent to join every 3 months, like, can you guys do that? Is that unreasonable? It's pretty reasonable, right? I mean, like, not that hard. And I'm gonna give you guys a formula, right? If you guys, for every 3 agents you can set a meeting with, and if you set a 3-way call with somebody like me or Chris or Shireen or Russ, if you got a big time prospect, I guarantee you we will close 1 of every 3. I probably will close 2 of every 3, right? So if you leverage the opportunity to collaborate on this, there is no reason you can't do this. All you have to do is book appointments with agents. Just like you do book appointments with buyers and sellers. It's the same thing. You just got to build it as part of your business. But you only got to do one every 3 months. Imagine if you only close one house every 3 months. You'd be broke and you'd be out of the business, right? So it's not that hard. You just got to put some time and effort behind it and put some intentionality behind it, and y'all can do it, and it can change your life. Your mortgage is paid, your bills are paid, and you can focus on doing other things. So the opportunity is huge here. Don't sleep on the RevShare opportunity because you don't want to be a recruiter or whatever your limiting mindset is around that. All right, co-sponsorship. Who is aware of co-sponsorship and understands it? This is basically, well, let me tell you about co-sponsorship at a level 5 opportunity. In most places it doesn't exist because they don't have sponsorship to begin with, so it's not a thing. In the places where it does exist, it splits the revenue share. So if you and I co-sponsor somebody, the people underneath them, we get half of the revenue share. And if that happens like 3 or 4 levels, like now your revenue share is like 14 cents, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's division. At EXP, it's multiplication. So at EXP, you add the co-sponsor to your organization. Right? So if there's somebody out there that wants to be a luxury agent on Oahu, I can co-sponsor them with Shireen, and Shireen becomes my level 1, and that person becomes the level 2. The revenue share stays intact. We're not splitting the revenue share. We're just adding somebody to our organization. And this is going to allow all you guys to collaborate with anybody on any island in any state. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's level 10 off the charts. And this is going to allow you to offer value from any agent in any organization. So what does this look like as a level 10 result, guys? If you have an agent that you want to attract, and I hear this every single day, is like, I'm afraid to sponsor agents because I don't want to have to support them. I don't want to have to take their phone calls and train them. You feel this pressure, like you got to provide this support system to an agent, right? We got it all figured out, guys. If you got a new agent that wants to join and you don't want to train them and you don't want to have to deal with them, send them to me. We'll co-sponsor them. Somebody in my organization can co-sponsor them. We'll train them. We'll give them leads. We'll send them back to you once they're ready to go and help you on your team or do whatever you want to do, right? This is absolutely huge. You can leverage our value proposition for your attraction efforts. You have no excuses, all right? There's just one rule. Team, what is the rule if you're going to join our team? Don't be an asshole, okay? So if they're an asshole, don't send them to me because I'm going to smoke them out real fast and then, I'm going to take care of them. But very, very simple. They don't have to be educated. They don't have to, have any qualifications. Very, very simple. No assholes is the only rule. All right. The cost of doing business, guys. We're getting into some data here, right? So at a level 5 opportunity, I did my research. Every time somebody wants to recruit us, I take the meeting and I figure out what they're offering. I want to know what their business model is. So at Compass, if they'd give us a 15% split, our team's cost of doing business at Compass would be $1.5 million. We did about $10 million in GCI last year, right? Total commissions that the agents all collectively shared. So our split there would be about $1.5 million bucks. At Anywhere, if I was at one of those franchise models with a 6% franchise fee and a 10% split, because they'd have to put me on a 90-10, right? If we're at Coldwell Banker or one of those companies, it would be $1.6 million. And then this fun company, Cochrane, went to a flat fee model. Anybody tracking that? Because it's going to save you money, right? No split, flat fee model. $1,200 per transaction and a 6% franchise fee. It would cost us $1.7 million to be at Cochrane right now as an organization. Okay, so this is cost of doing business for us. At EXP, there's no franchise fee. It's a 16 or a 4K cap, depending on your team's situation. You do a $250 or a $75 cap fee, depending if you're a team or not. And there's a $60 risk management fee, and there's a $25 broker review fee. Glenn, don't get mad at me, but the cost of doing business at EXP, you guys, for our team, is $563,000. That's the hard cost of us being here at EXP. That is like less than 5% of the gross commissions that we generate, you guys. Like, wrap your head around this, right? It is so absolutely cheap to be here. Like, it's ridiculous. Level 5 all the way, or level 10 all the way, and this doesn't take into account revenue share, stock awards, all of the other benefits. If you add in the revenue share that our team collectively collects and the stock awards, the icon awards that Justice and I get, like, the cost of us being here net is probably zero, right? I didn't even do that math. I just did hard costs of what we paid EXP in commission splits and fees last year. This is ridiculous. You are financially irresponsible running a big operation anywhere else. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's less than a franchise fee, right? It's less than the franchise fee, let alone any type of other splits that you're paying. So if you have a team leader, a broker owner, a top producer anywhere else, if we run the numbers for them, it's like a no-brainer to be here rather than somewhere else, right? Level 10 opportunity. Leadership. This is number 9. All right. At a level 5 opportunity, there's a revolving door. How often do you see like the leader, the president of Remax quitting and the president of KW quitting, and it's just like revolving. They can't even keep track of who's the leadership at these companies. There's little to no connection to the agents. Most agents, if you ask them who their CEO is or who their founder is or any type of leadership, they don't even know. And it's funny, there's a lot of other companies out there, especially our main competitors, that their leadership were never real estate agents. Like, they don't know what you do on a daily basis, right? They're there, I don't know what they're there for, but I mean, they're not running a real estate company. I've never actually sold real estate. And then local leadership is often a challenge because you guys know what like managing brokers make at like Coldwell Banker and stuff? Bro, it's like sad, like 50 grand, 60 grand, like they're like poor. Like, I don't know, like why would, like how bad of a real estate broker do you have to be to take a managing broker job for 50 grand a year? Think about that. And that's the quality of leadership that a lot of these companies have. But at EXP, all of our C-level executives were real estate agents. They know exactly what you do on a daily basis. The local brokers, we have super high quality local brokers because they get paid a fair wage. Like they get paid like, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna, they're not rich or anything, but they're getting paid fairly for the job that they do and the hard work. And we're attracting, do we not have the most quality managing broker staff in the state? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. And the company is agent owned, you guys. This company is agent owned, so at the end of the day, we are the stockholders and the board has to make decisions in our best interest. We don't have venture capitalists, we don't have investors, there's no like dark money out there. One of the main criticisms of our stock is it's too much insider owned. And Glenn always says it's not gonna change. Like we're gonna keep it that way because the only way the company acts in the best interest of the agents is if the agents continue to be the majority owners in the company. And that's huge when it comes to leadership because it drives their decision making. Yes, let's go. So what does the leadership level 10 result look like? We get to be led by example. One, by people who have done the business and know the business. We become better leaders because we're led by the best, you guys. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous the people that are up here, but I mean, I want to be led by people that I want to follow, that I believe in, and we absolutely believe in these people. They make me a better leader every single day. Decisions are made quickly and implemented. It's ridiculous. Like, we go to these like top producer masterminds I get invited to once every quarter or so, and we'll just like spitball stuff and put ideas out there, and like literally like 30 days later, stuff is implemented, it changes, and it's like crazy. I'm gonna tell you guys a story about Glenn. A year and a half ago, he came to an event in Maui, and he workplace chatted me. Glenn Sanford, I'm like some dude on the Big Island, right? And he asked me if I had time to meet with him. I'm like, yeah. Like, so we booked the time, he comes to the event, and there was just some operational challenges the company was having. He wanted some feedback on how things were going, how, the managing brokers, like, were they well staffed? Did they have enough support? And he sat there for 30 minutes on his iPad taking notes as he asked me questions and I talked. And it blew my mind, you guys. Like, this is the founder of our company, a guy worth $1 billion, like asking Dylan Nonaka in Maui for my advice, okay? Yeah, this is who we're led by, you guys. And like, I think it was 5 or 6 weeks later, massive change was implemented, massive change. And that's why we have the team we have now, and we have additional brokers added. Like, that stuff was implemented immediately. It wasn't like he was just there to listen and like, pat me on the back. Like, they actually took operational changes and made things better, and that's continuously happening. A lot of times you don't feel it or you don't see it, but it's happening all the time, and this is the kind of leadership that we have. And don't forget, EXP is leading the industry. We've led the industry on buyer-broker agreements and resources and new contracts, all the stuff NAR wasn't doing and other folks in the industry weren't taking care of. Right now with Clear Cooperation, are you guys seeing Leo out there just crushing the world on Clear Cooperation and defending our industry? You guys, I call Leo a wartime general. You guys, you want to go to war with a general who knows how to freaking kill people, and Leo is the gangster of all gangsters. Like, I mean, I love that guy. And he's out there leading the industry. You see everybody following suit, right? And that's where you want to be, is having leadership like that isn't afraid to speak out, isn't afraid to take a stand, and isn't afraid to go out there and lead. So we're led by the absolute best. That's a level 10 opportunity. And what does this all end up resulting in, right? Is production. At the end of the day, we sell lots of houses, right? That's what we got. That's what we want to do in life. And so at a level 5 opportunity, the more you produce, the more it costs, you guys. It doesn't make sense, right? Like, the more you produce, the more you pay. You heard how much Justin paid to Century 21. Like, holy crap. And then you're limited, right? Due to a business model, limited to regions. Like, you're limited on how you can grow because of the business model that you're in. Actually, one of the main reasons I came to EXP was because I was at Coldwell Banker, and they were like telling me like if I brought in a new agent onto my team that I was trying to build, that they were gonna put him on a new agent split and not on my split. And I'm like, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Like, I'm gonna give him all the leads. They're gonna work for me. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But it was like they were limiting what I could do based on whatever their rules were, their business model was. And I mean, what a terrible decision, because I left like a month later, and we know how that turned out. All right. And then you have limited access to outside resources that can limit your growth too, right? The collaboration. So what does production look like at EXP? It's literally unlimited, you guys. This is where the pros go to grow, right? If you look at the best in the industry today, the smartest business people in the industry, they're bringing their independent brokerages over. They're bringing their teams over. They're bringing their organizations here. This is where the pros are going to grow because it's a level 10 opportunity. And you keep the maximum so you can invest in further growth. Like, this is huge, right? The money that you save, you can invest in an office if you want an office. You can invest in lead programs. You can invest in training, coaching, whatever you want. But because you have more money in your pocket, you can then reinvest and continue to grow your business. And people talk about 10x growth, right? It's actually attainable here, and this is what it looks like. This is a graph. The red line is units, and the blue bars are production. You can see my years at Coldwell Banker. I was a relatively successful real estate agent doing like 10 million a year, 12 million a year. I come to EXP in 2019. We do 40 million our first year at EXP as a team. Last year, we did $421 million, 10x growth in terms of production, you guys, 10x growth. But it's because it's a level 10 opportunity, you guys, not because I'm special and I know magic and like all this kind of stuff, right? We're in a business model that all of the 10 things I just talked about contribute to that allows this to happen. This is what you have access to, you guys. So if you want to 10x your business, it's almost easier. It was easier going from 40 million to 400 than it was going to 40 to 80. It was painful going from 40 to 80. So 10x, right? You can do 10x here if that's what you want to do. And so the question I'm going to leave you guys with is, are you leveraging the opportunity? Ask yourself every day. You don't have to do all 10 of these opportunities. Pick 2 or 3 and go all in on them. It's something that's not available anywhere else anyways, right? So are you leveraging the opportunity? If you're going to do real estate here like you would do it anywhere else, you're not going to see the opportunities, you're not going to see the value, and you'll just go back to some other company and do a level 5 opportunity. Don't treat EXP like a level 5 opportunity, because it's not. All right, last thing. Set big goals and don't be afraid to speak them out loud. I learned this from Justice Pang. You got to speak things into existence. I hope I don't steal her thunder. So I want to let you guys know that we failed in 2024. This was my slide from last year. Who was here last year? In 2024, I said you got to speak stuff into existence. I said we'll be the #1 team nationally in EXP and we'll do over 1,000 transactions. And we didn't. But we did 895 transactions, right? We're #3 for units in the whole entire company right now, and we're #6 nationally for volume. Does anybody think I'm a loser? Did I fail? Right? Did we fail? But you got to be bold, you guys. You got to speak it out loud, right? Let your people know. Set humongous goals. Because this year, in the first quarter, we had 252 transactions. We're one of 3 teams in the nation that's on track to do 1,000 transactions this year. So I might have missed it by 1 year, but I'm going to be okay if we get it this year. All right. So don't be afraid, you guys, to set huge goals and fail, because your failure could be a massive success. So don't be afraid to speak it out loud. Don't be afraid to make bold declarations. Tell your friends in your table right now what your goal is for next year, and set a reminder to text them next year and find out and let them know how you did, right? We're so afraid to set big goals and say big things, and that's why we're limited, because it's in our mind. And once you tell other people, you have accountability like John was talking about, right? So you guys can do this, you guys. If there's anything I can do to help you, this is my contact information. If you scan the QR code, you get my dot card, you get all the stuff. There's calendar links to book meetings with me. Let me help you grow your business and leverage this level 10 opportunity, because you're not going to get it anywhere else. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
What? Dang, give it up for Nonaka again, everybody. Wow. Dude, only guy I know who can speak faster than me is that guy right there. But I love it. Thank you so much for unloading all this stuff. That was powerful. That was literally fire.